he was one of the largest slaveholders in the South. So when he got elected, the South was like nice because at this point, the territories, he just added. Polk did all that in 4 years, which was sick, but it was too much because now there's so much territory and the slaves versus the abolitionist debate. Every state they had to add. There was a debate. There was a debatee.
All Southern presidents, so many Southern presidents.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the Adamses.
Pretty much nonstop. Virginia.
Yep.
And then it gets into like Tennessee and.
They started digging into their bench was not
they
good
get
enough.
to Tennessee, dude.
And then we started kind of with Ohio, we started coming back.
Yeah.
Huh.
Actually, kind of northern presidents tended to suck. Lincoln ruled.
Yeah, but he was Kentucky, Illinois.
Yeah.
Illinois
We'll
before
take that one.
which
I always
state
forget
is it?
one. I think he was born in Kentucky in a log cabin in Kentucky.
And then he was the
Then he was the
Illinois. Then he moved to
Illinois,
Illinois.
yeah.
Who fucking knows? There's no way to know.
We weren't right about
Nobody
half
will ever
these.
know,
We were never
really.
correct about half these facts, but we're having fun.
Oh yeah, I could be. I love
Yeah,
just
who cares?
acting like I know.
It's great. So one thing, Taylor gets in there. Everybody's like nice. Everybody in the South's like nice. This guy's pro-slavery. He gets in. He tends to start actually leaning towards standing with the North. This is all leading to the Civil War because like guys like this start fucking this up. As soon as he says we're going to abolish slave in the Western territories, South Carolina says they're going to succeed. Taylor says he's going to fucking hang everybody down there if they do it.
What?
Yeah, he didn't react well to this stuff.
No.
He wasn't like, let's talk and send it
Yeah,
over
he was like,
there.
hang
we're
you.
going to fucking
He would
hang
just
all
say
of you.
that, and then they're like, are you? And he's like, well, no, but
I'm going to hang a lot of you.
the problem with tough talk. Yeah.
This is how he died.
What do you do?
So he went. This is his
By
first
doing a
term.
podcast about. All right, go ahead. How did he die?
He went to Washington D.C. for Independence Day, and he ate too many cherries and milk.
What?
Because, like I said, it was a swamp, so there was like a cholera
That was like
outbreak.
the old Pop Rocks and Coke.
Yeah, he had cherries and frosted milk, and,
And that was
he
it?
exploded.
Damn, it must have been delicious.
By the way, you know how many there were 4 presidents? When you think about the fact that 4 of them were assassinated,
Yeah.
4?
Well, successfully. Yeah, I hear you.
4 were killed,
Shot,
and killed.
Yeah.
4 out of 40. There's been 47 presidents.
10%.
Wait, hold on. How many got shot and killed? It was. I don't think they got shot and killed.
Yeah, 4 were shot and killed. Is it Garfield?
See,
No.
this is where I stopped.
A guy with a G. It's either Grover Cleveland or Garfield. One of those two was shot and killed.
Yeah.
McKinley shot and killed. JFK and Lincoln.
Nice.
4 shot and killed. Reagan fucking
Close.
badly shot.
Yeah.
Roosevelt, Teddy, shot in the chest,
Bull.
but had a thick piece of paper with his speech
Fuck,
and a
that's so
glasses
cool,
case.
man.
Finished the speech, dude.
Yep, finished the speech.
Got shot and was like,
And somebody shot at Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
you got
And he had a cane and he beat the shit out of the guy. I almost beat him to death. The guy shot him and he just, get the fuck. It was right outside the Capitol.
What?
Like by the big pillars or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just beat the fucking shit out of him.
Dude who shot.
Yeah, he was insane. Old
right.
Hickory.
Were they
Yes.
all crazed lone gunmen type things, or was it like?
Yeah, most of them were crazy people. There's a few other guys that were shot at that
Yeah,
somebody
sure.
took shots at them, and but that they didn't get hurt. Oh, what's his name? Well, FDR. They killed the governor who was sitting next to him. A spray of bullets, and he wasn't hurt, but the governor sitting next to him was killed.
Jesus.
Governor of Georgia or Florida, I don't fucking know. Anyway, go on. But yeah, like over 10%, like 12% of them have been shot.
Yeah.
That's
So it's an
crazy.
intense job
It's a pretty intense
to
job,
take. There's a
dude.
good chance.
It is like a higher rate than actual soldiers in war.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know.
It's probably.
I guess so.
I bet
Yeah.
it is.
Might
That's
be.
fucked up.
Yeah, because in like regular revolution shit, it's like 70,000 soldiers, 2,000 dead.
What's crazy
Shit
is
like that.
But before, it used to be like when you like what's his name, Alexander the Great, and whoever. Some kings used to lead. Heads of state
Yeah.
used to lead charges. They
Yeah.
used to be the front horse, like going right headlong into an army.
That'd be nice to be a
Yeah,
guy
a lot of
holding
Roman
a spear, like,
Roman guys did that. And,
jackpot.
Yeah, I fucking got him.
Holy
I
shit,
got
he's
the
coming
king.
right at me. He's coming right
Oh,
at me.
I'm
Oh,
just
fuck, I blew
I'm
it.
just some guy.
Fuck, I
shepherd.
missed.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're at Fillmore. The thing that sucks about fucking Taylor dying is he was like kind of a beast that could have maybe prevented the Civil War that was looming.
And then Fillmore was just a schlub.
Fillmore was a schlub. He signed. This is where it all starts to fuck up. Every single one of these guys, up to Lincoln, is just fucking up immensely. He wanted to sign
the buck and passing the buck.
So Taylor was offered to sign the Compromise of 1850, which was some shit about one slave state, one regular, or they get to decide, shit like that. As soon as fucking Taylor died, Fillmore takes over and signs it. Southerners were mad that California would join as a free state. Northerners were mad about the fugitive slave law. So they both compromised and were both pissed. Fugitive slave law was if you find a slave in the North, there's U.S. Marshals that'll catch them and bring them back to the South.
You have to help them get them back.
And
really?
there were dudes that were just like grabbing black people. Be like, got him. Where's my bounty? So
That's
it was
how the
it was
12
bad.
years a slave guy got taken.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah, he was a free Northerner who
Somebody
just got
kidnapped
grabbed by
him.
one of those guys.
Damn.
It was bad.
Happened all the time.
He was the last member of the Whig Party. They didn't run him a second term. Here comes Franklin Pierce. He was pals with Jackson, son of a Revolutionary War hero. He's from the North, but he was pro-slavery. They thought this was going to work. 2 months before this is crazy. 2 months before his inauguration, he and his family were in a train crash, and the only casualty was his 11-year-old son.
Damn.
So his entire time in office, he's blacked out, drunk, and depressed. He's the saddest guy of all time. He's not listening. His kid just died. His wife blamed him for the death constantly. She was like, we should have never been on that train. You just had to be the fucking president.
Oh,
you gave birth to him, bitch.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
You were on the train. You had fun.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
So he's there. During Pierce, they do the Transcontinental Railroad. This is like the real. This is a fuck up for the North wants it to be from Chicago to L.A. or one of those places out west. The South wants it to be from Atlanta to L.A. In order to get it done, they have to get rid of the Missouri Line Compromise, which made it nothing north or south of here was the slave line. They decided to make it so every new territory got to decide themselves. They got to vote in order to get the Transcontinental Railroad. So this opened.
Every single thing we did to build this nation ran into this slave problem.
Yes.
Every single thing we tried to do was like, yeah, but the fucking north-south slave, fucking slave states, non-slave states.
Jesus.
We need to build a railroad across. That's the first interstate thing. The first interstate objective.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that you need a federal government. It's why the federal government got stronger and stronger. Because every state gets to do their own thing, but you want to take a fucking train from one to the other, these two states have to make a compromise.
Yeah.
So you needed a federal government to make these.
It was like the precursor to union, non-union. They just blow up a gigantic like inflatable rat.
Yeah. It's the other reason, just as general thing, that the federal government became what gave the federal government power was the states wanting parity with each other. Like when environmental laws became a thing, they were state laws. So like Indiana would make a law, you can't dump, sludge into the river anymore. So every company in Indiana has to pay extra to do a better job of dumping their shit and take it to the ocean or somewhere else, ruin somebody else's life.
Yeah.
But so next door to Indiana is Illinois, and they're like, we dump anything we want.
Yeah.
And so all the business goes there.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Illinois company's like, we don't want to dump. We don't want to hurt the environment, but we can't compete with these guys.
Yeah.
Right? So they would all the states would go to the Fed and say, please pass a law that affects everybody so that we can all do the right thing that we want to do without having to get squeezed out by this guy.
Yeah.
And that worked until we started doing shit with Mexico and India and China. But anyway, go on.
But yeah,
so, Taylor.
It was interesting to me. We're at I think Pierce, right? On
yeah.
the Transcontinental Railroad.
Yeah.
That turns out to be like that's what started it. I mean, obviously there's a ton of major factors, but that was like a big one because it opened what was called the Nebraska-Kansas Act, which is they got to decide to vote whether they were pro-slave or pro-abolition. So then a bunch of people just rushed in from the north and the south, and they started fucking killing each other.
What?
It was I forget the names. They were pretty sick. It was like the Free Staters versus the Border Ruffians. This is where John Brown and his son was out there.
Oh yeah.
They started hacking people with swords to death. Like
Jesus.
that was it. And Franklin Pierce was like, he did nothing. He didn't get involved.
Yeah, but dude, it must have been crazy when you had a bunch of slaves. Like, this is wrong. You had to be like, nah. You couldn't. It must have been crazy to be like, No, I don't think it is.
Well, you just would pretend not to, or you just wouldn't. I mean, you'd see it on the newspaper was faded, and it was like, I don't know that much about it.
Just not being able to go down.
I'm
with
okay
that
to my slaves. I treat them okay.
Yeah, they're great.
True.
Yeah.
Right? Tell him. He's
right.
like, oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he was all right. No, it's fine. No, and meanwhile, the North was starting to get. I mean, this is getting after Pierce is who?
Buchanan.
So Buchanan is the guy who right before Lincoln,
yes,
right? Because the other thing that was going on is the North is industrializing, and the North is starting to build sweat houses and factories, and so part of the argument that people were having that is like the kind of argument we would have now. If it would be interesting to take this culture with Twitter and everything and supplant it to slavery days and how we would have handled that debate back then.
True.
Because there were people that were saying, the North has free workers and a ton of them immigrants that had started, and they're treated like garbage. They're living like shit, and they're dying in large numbers and getting sick, uneducated, and being not allowed to be educated.
Yeah.
Kids are working heavy,
There's a ton
long
of
shifts.
southern political cartoons that are like that.
That are about how bad they were. And like our slaves are like a member of the family.
Yeah.
We give them their own house with their plot of land. They get to do this and that. Most slave owners were better. That this is the argument.
Yeah.
And that the North was just like wholesale destroying lives.
Yeah.
And read what's his name? Fucking Upton Sinclair. Shit was going on in Chicago in the slaughterhouses.
What's it called?
It's
about the meat packing shit, right?
Yeah,
the jungle. What's it called?
The jungle.
Yeah.
So another important thing about that point of the industrialization of the North, it just flooded with immigrants. So now their population's so big that they get more votes, they get more electoral, like all that. So now the South's like, we need to get power. So now we need more states. We need more states because otherwise they're going to abolish slavery and we're going to be poor.
But they're also hanging on to a way of life in the South.
Yeah.
And in the North, they're not. They're trying to do anything that's new and anything that's next and anything that's large amounts of money and large amounts of industry. And they're manufacturing in huge amounts. In the South, they're just trying to play a fiddle and whip a guy and grow a little tuft of cotton for one shirt every 6 months.
Yeah, true. It's a good thing to point out.
Yeah. It's important to know.
True.
Yeah, but that was the fight. It was an insanely different.
Yeah.
But we still wanted to be one country. So it was this weird conflict that never went away.
So I feel like, does it continue to morph till now? It's just like some dudes
it does.
chill,
we are.
And other dudes like, no, we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of tight.
But so what's his name?
Now we're at James Buchanan, who's probably the worst.
Yeah,
I think
he was frozen by two. He had so much pressure.
He was a lawyer from Pennsylvania that was just about the law.
Yeah.
Which was the last thing he needed to be as the president, which was like, well, that's the rule.
But he had all of Lincoln's problems with none of his charisma and guts.
Yeah.
And blood.
That was
crazy,
James Buchanan had the Dred
willingness
Scott.
to kill.
Dred Scott was under James Buchanan, which was where, if you don't know about that was about a slave living in free territory, and he was suing to get his freedom. It went all the way up to the Supreme Court where they ruled he was an object, so he was not a citizen. Therefore, that ruling made sure every black person in America was an object and not a citizen. And Buchanan responded by saying, that's the law, that settles it. Instead of standing up, he just had to follow the law.
Yeah.
So he was just like an extension of the court.
Yeah.
That wasn't his job.
Yeah.
Man,
that brought us to Lincoln. And as soon as Lincoln gets elected, the South secedes.
Yeah, every state starts to say we're not America anymore. Like immediately before he takes office.
It's also crazy checking in on the headlines and you're like, nah, they said you're a chair basically. And you're like, fuck.
yeah, dude.
Yes.
Fuck.
You got Lincoln though. You know Lincoln.
Well, we could maybe skip him because he'll be the whole fucking.
Yeah. We could stop.
Look,
we could stop with Lincoln. Let's stop with Lincoln. And then you go on to some guys you're interested in after Lincoln.
All right.
Yeah, we're good. We can go as long as we want.
Been talking for?
An hour.
Okay. Well,
you're not enjoying this? You're not having the time of your life?
I'm having a great time.
I knew you would. This is nice,
I'm
right?
not having a great time.
You're not having a great time.
No, I'm not. I hate this.
Decent time?
Really?
No, I'm having a good time.
How much fun?
You decide which one. The thing I liked about, I gave you that book about Lincoln. Yeah. That's a great, what's his name? Carl Sandburg. It's a weird kind of stream of consciousness telling of Lincoln's story in 4 volumes. It's crazy. Just the warriors, just from when he took office. And when he was coming here, there was everything. Hell was breaking loose, and there was supposed to be a January 6th. There was supposed to be one.
What?
There was a plan to stop the certifying of the vote. Mm-hmm. And so they went to General, what was his name? He was the only American general then, because we didn't fight wars anymore.
Yeah.
So the army was kind of like not, know.
I think he was the commander.
It's a name you just know when you hear it. Like Scott something.
Oh, yeah, Winfield Scott.
Winfield Scott.
Yes.
Perfect.
So they went to Winfield Scott, the guys running the government, and then they said, we think there's going to be this thing where they're going to try to stop the... So he said, if anyone, made a declaration, publicly, he said, if anyone tries to stop the counting of the votes and the democratic process from happening, either by force or by infiltration, I will stuff them into my cannon and fertilize my lawn with them. That's what he said.
Lincoln said that?
That's what he said.
What?
No, Winfield Scott.
Oh, Winfield Scott said that.
Yeah, and what he did in real fact, because he was a really smart guy, he gave all of the Capitol police and all those guys that they had the day off. They said, go home. And he went and got policemen from Baltimore, from New York City, all kinds of like badass cops. And he had them in plain clothes all over the Capitol, all heavily armed, but in plain clothes. So, and people know, so if somebody started something, the guy would just go like this or elbow him or whatever. Yeah. But the appearance was that it was peaceful and that there was no military presence.
Whoa.
But nothing happened. That's what it took to get Lincoln. Everybody, up to the minute that happened, everyone was like, I don't know if he's ever going to take office. Yeah. People believed he would never be president.
Dude, he wasn't even on the ballot in the southern states. Not even on the ballot.
Yeah.
What?
He didn't win one southern state.
A lot of people, big people who would be like whoever now, wrote long things saying, don't take office. Your presidency, your victory is hollow. Mm-hmm. It's not real. Not even just people from the South, but people from the North. Everyone was afraid that Lincoln was going to just immediately free the slaves and start war with the South. And his first inauguration, he says, first thing out of his mouth is, I have no intention of freeing the Southern slaves or changing their slave laws. And yes, we will chase down and bring you back your slaves when they come up here within reason. He puts like a tiny thing of like, we're not going to like make it our obsession, but we will do it. Like, it's the first thing out of his mouth.
That's what bothers me about people, like people that are critics of him hang on to that. And they're like, Lincoln didn't want to do it. It's like, dude, the whole time that's what he wanted.
Of course he did. That's what, again, it goes all the way back to the framers. They all wanted this to be a better country than it was. So they knew they couldn't create a nation without slavery. So they said, let's create a nation where people can change peacefully. They can change not only leadership, but the laws. Create a situation where people figure it out for themselves and move forward and change, instead of like a constitution could have been a very permanent thing. It could have been a very solid, permanent thing, but they actually made it elastic on purpose. And that's, Lincoln was like, we'll do it, guys. Yeah. We'll do it. We need some fucking time. And boy, what it cost is crazy. And a lot of people who didn't want slavery were really angry at Lincoln for how hard he pushed that war, and that he didn't just settle it. Just let the South do whatever they want. We have our free blacks here. Let them take their chances down there. You're killing millions, or however many fucking, I don't know how many people it was. Like 250,000 people died in the Civil War?
Yeah, probably around there.
Something like about how many we killed in Iraq in a day?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
True.
Yeah. For doing nothing.
Less than Middle Eastern civilians.
Yeah. Measure it in like Persian weddings.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was, Lincoln's the best.
He was really something. I mean, it just took a lot of political guts, a lot of fuck.
Yeah.
This is gonna
suck. Just trying to talk to these fucking cunts from the South.
That must be nuts.
That it's just like, clearly this is for money. It's wrong.
Yep.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's 1865.
Well, it was the ultimate
1860. They know it's wrong.
Well, and folks not wanting to say that shit's wrong.
Yeah.
And him Like, not making them say it, but getting them to just one guy at a time. He would just go around, get support here, get support there, put muscle in where he had it, and he fought a brutal war, fucking incessant war.
And he had to wait until he got a victory to fucking announce the Emancipation Proclamation. He was trying so hard to get it out, but his generals kept fucking up and losing. And he would just be writing to these dudes like, go.
Yeah, please.
Do it.
Get one.
Get one. Like, I think he wrote it after Antietam, which was like a draw. He's like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, that's close enough. Here we go.
We're doing it. Shot.
Yeah, and then he got his fucking head blown off.
By next to his wife.
Yeah.
And they put a little napkin, but that was what they did for him. They put a little napkin back there and hoped, but it was not a good. It was not a very.
He was alive for a while after.
Yeah, that's what
he
I'm saying.
He didn't just die right away.
He didn't have to die at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't die right away.
Death.
Really?
Yeah.
Bled to death.
He was like alive in the
He's like,
hotel for like
and they're
day.
like, we don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. What play was he saying? Does anyone know?
Fuck, I do know.
What play?
What was the play? It was at the Ford's Theater.
I don't remember the.
See what he was watching.
Yeah, it was something good.
Yeah.
He was fixated.
He was into it.
He didn't notice the assassin.
That's the weird thing. It was Hamilton.
Yeah, it was Hamilton.
Yeah.
He was sitting there like, what was it? Nice. He was sitting there watching it like, I got to pretend to like this.
Yeah.
It was fucking Hamilton.
And then they shot him and he was like, thank God.
This place sucks.
Christ, this shit sucks so bad. So that brings us to Johnson.
So Johnson was the first guy to be impeached.
Was he impeached? Oh, yeah.
First guy to be impeached, yeah.
Johnson shows up. This is great. He was like a tough guy. He was supposed to be the counteraction to Lincoln.
Well, he's one of the reasons the war was prolonged, because everybody knew if we could just get rid of Lincoln. Johnson was behind him with, there was a deal to be made. It was like, don't talk outside the family. He was like, Sonny liked my deal, didn't he? Sonny was hot for my deal. Yeah. Johnson would have fucking settled in a minute.
Johnson started his life as an indentured servant.
No shit.
And worked his way up. How sick is that?
That's impressive.
And then before his inauguration, he got fucked up on whiskey and just couldn't talk. His inauguration, it was in the rain and the mud right after Lincoln got shot, and everyone was like,
first one. He's the one who proved you can impeach a president, but you cannot get the fucking votes. It's a waste of time, and he ends up stronger.
Yeah,
it's the dumbest move in the world. It's vanity.
Yeah,
it's just Congress hates the president. It's just bullshit.
Yeah,
but it doesn't accomplish anything. I don't remember why they went after him. Whatever, he was very corrupt. He's a fucked up guy. I don't. Who knows? It's all shit that I heard because of them. But they impeached him and then failed to get rid of him.
Really?
I know nothing else about him. But
I don't know either.
But then fucking
Grant.
Amazing guy.
Great guy, amazing guy. I feel like his presidency was a bit of a fucking letdown for how cool he was.
I mean, he did so Christing much, this guy.
Oh, true. To help the South, he was pretty good.
What did he do?
Well, he was first of all, some people get on him because he owned one slave.
Oh, man.
Because his father-in-law, his wife's father hated him because he was an abolitionist. I mean, he wasn't like an active abolitionist.
Sure.
But he was against slave, just for not having a slave.
Yeah.
Back then, if you didn't have a slave, you were a dick to certain people. So
you were like, put on a mask.
Yeah.
You were that guy. You were like, why do you have slaves?
Yeah.
And they're like, why is this guy making me feel uncomfortable?
Yeah. So he hated him because he had slaves and he didn't want one. So he gave him one as a wedding present, like to spite him.
What a dick.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
So Grant made the guy his partner. And they started a little business together, which he then freed the guy and gave him the business.
Yeah. He
made
would
that
go,
guy's
He would go
life.
work with the slaves. He'd be out there with them working.
Yeah.
And then while he was like financially ruined, he freed his slaves instead of selling them.
But he had one, though?
I'm not sure. He might have had one at that point.
The story I just told you is, I think, his slave story. I don't think he had a bunch of them.
He had one slave and he freed him instead of selling them.
But his father-in-law...
And he gave him a business that he had started with him.
Yeah, his father-in-law history fucked him. He was like,
That's right.
That's
right.
Here's
and then he was in the
did,
army.
Absolutely.
He was in the army, and he went... one of his first jobs was outpost near San Francisco. It was in the middle of nowhere. There was it was in the desert of California. He was the only one there. And he was a family man. He loved his family.
He missed his bed.
Missed his family so much, and he started just getting drunk. and somebody came to drop the mail and found him passed out drunk. And that was his only experience with alcohol. He was a very rigidly living guy, and he was known as a drunk for the rest of his life.
Really?
There's
Every
arguments.
time he had a political problem, they'd go, he's drinking.
There's arguments. There's rumors he was fucked up at Shiloh.
Because he sat under a tree in the rain. They found him sitting under a tree in the rain outside of a military hospital.
It also is funny because Shiloh, he woke up on day 2 of it.
Yeah.
At like the start of day 2. Or maybe it was the start of day 1 when it started. He was late to get there. So everybody was like, he was hammered. But if he was hammered, that's very funny. To be like, oh shit, there's a war.
Like,
so after he had won the Civil War, started really Reconstruction, he was in earnest wanting to get opportunities and equity for black people, equal opportunity for black people. And then he retired and was in New York. He became a New Yorker. He became a big part of this city.
Yeah.
And he had a son named Kermit, who I think his name was Kermit. That was the 1800s.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Kermit invested.
What a fucking great name.
Invested his money and all of his father's money with some asshole guy who took it and just left town and just took all of their money, every penny that they had. And so Grant went to visit Vanderbilt, who's outside of the Grand Central Station. There's a great statue of him. I think it was Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Went to the richest man in New York City, who was a hard ass, a guy who didn't care for charity or anything. But he brought what's his name? The sword that was Lee.
Well,
He had Robert E. Lee's sword that he surrendered to him. What? He had his Congressional Medal of Honor and the Bible that he took the oath of office in, and he gave them. He said, "I want to sell these to you because I have no money." And Vanderbilt said, "Jesus Christ, Mr. President,
holy shit,
we're not doing that." He said, "I'm going to donate these to the national museums, and I'll give you Like he bought them for the nation.
Did he buy his biography? Isn't that what he?
No. So here's what happened with the biography. It's the best part of his story, and it's actually his greatest legacy. But his autobiography is like the greatest ever written. Yeah. So he met 2 guys on a train. He'd do anything for money at this point. His wife was very young. He was broke after everything he'd been through. He was broke, and his wife was young, and he was going to leave her destitute. So he met 2 guys on a train. They're like, "Why don't you write your autobiography? We'll pay you $1,000." And he was like, "Done."
What?
Oh,
so then, about a week later, he meets up with Mark Twain, was like his best friend, and Mark Twain said, "Why don't you write your autobiography, your memoirs?" And he said, "I'm doing that for these guys." And he goes, "What are they paying you?" And he goes, $1,000. And he's like, "Dude, what is wrong with you?" And he says, "Give me the book. I'll publish." Because Mark Twain had started his own publishing company because he hated publishers. He said, "I'll publish it and I'll help you write it." And he said, "I promised those 2 guys." He's like, "Did you sign something?" He goes, "No, but I did. I gave my word." Fuck. So Twain, or his real name,
Clemens.
Clemens. Travels to, I think he went to see Sherman. He's like, "I need to see somebody who he'll listen to." So he went to visit Sherman and said, please get him to do this. So Sherman wrote a telegram to Grant saying, for the love of God, give the book to Clemens. That's what the thing.
That's awesome.
So he wrote his autobiography, and the remarkable thing about it that I read was that there's like no adjectives in it. It's like all verbs and nouns. The entire book is verbs and nouns because he just says what happened. It's a very well written book, and so Clemens turned it into this special edition that you had to order one. You could get any color you wanted. And it was the first blockbuster book in American history. It made like $500,000 in the first month. Meanwhile, he had a goiter that was growing and growing.
Stogies. You always see him with the stogies?
Died of throat cancer like right as he finished the book.
Whoa.
And then his wife was made for life. Her first check from Twain was like $400,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think wasn't he buried here? And this monument,
and he's buried in Grant's tomb in Harlem. And when he died, there was this huge funeral, and it was Northern and Southern soldiers. Southern soldiers were allowed to put back on their Southern uniforms because it was a big thing that his casket was carried by North and South.
It's too bad you can never get away with wearing a Confederate uniform in Harlem these days.
No.
Because that would
Get
be a
away
treat.
with.
Yeah, but he was fucking awesome at the when Lee surrendered. He was very like, I mean, it was unconditional surrender.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, you guys are gonna fucking give up, but he was like, keep your guns, go home, start rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could have fucking destroyed the South.
Yeah.
And he was very chill. I think Custer stole the fucking sword. He hated
Did he?
Custer. I think Custer stole Lee's sword.
Is
Maybe
that
he got
right?
it back, but I think the story was Grant wouldn't accept it, or something along
Wanted
those
him
lines.
to keep it.
And
Yeah, Custer was bloodthirsty guy.
And then on the parade back into Washington, Grant was obviously out front. Custer fucking rode ahead, and Grant was like, "This motherfucker." Custer was the
with his
man.
blonde hair.
If you look into Custer, he was pretty fucking.
I
cool.
don't know much about him.
He fucked up Jeb Stuart at Gettysburg, which was pretty cool because Jeb was the man. And he rode in. He was with the Michigan cavalry, and he was like, "Come on, you Wolverines!" and fucking led him into a charge. That's why they're the Michigan Wolverines. All that shit.
So then
It's
you
all
got
cool.
Hayes, who undid all of this cool stuff for black people.
It's all
and politically,
very...
he didn't want to deal with it, so he just did away with it. And then you got fucking who else? Then it goes
Garfield.
Then I get Bleary.
Yeah, this is like the Gilded Age, is what it's called. It's all shit.
Yeah.
But this is where shit, like, it goes from we ended slavery to now just right back into just racism.
Really?
Not slavery, but just every law against them.
Subjugation, it became the same obsession as before.
Yeah.
But without slavery, it just became all about not letting them vote, keeping them off the
And that goes
ballot.
all the way up until like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're
Until just yesterday.
2018.
We figured it out
we
yesterday.
figured it out yesterday. Thank God.
Yeah.
Finally,
Today,
Arkansas.
we got a nice little nation.
Yeah. Louisiana cleaned up their act a little.
True.
And Alabama.
My favorite president, just jumping way the fuck ahead, is Nixon is my favorite.
Dude, he's awesome.
He's the best. And again, as a character,
yes.
Nixon gave the country one great gift that I wish was like, I wish it was taught like the speech that Lincoln has on his monument and the ask not what your country and all that shit. The greatest thing that he did, because it speaks more to what Americans live, is that when Nixon was shamed and destroyed and had to leave office, he had to fucking resign. He had to give, after a couple of I'm not a crook and this is all bullshit, he had to go and say, well,
all right,
I'm going to go and
still not a cook, but I'm going to get out of here.
Gerald Ford would take the oath of office at this time in this office. And he left. But before he left, he gave a speech to his staff, to the White House staff that was impromptu. It was just on his way to the helicopter. And he's copiously crying in the speech. There's video of it that you can see. You have to try to find the whole thing because there's clips that you can find on YouTube. But I actually ordered from C-SPAN a DVD of the whole speech. And they're all bawling, the whole staff, and his family standing behind him. And he just tells them, look, he's encouraging them. He said, this is a tough moment for all of us. He said, first of all, I don't want to discourage young people from being in public service. He was afraid of what would happen.
Has happened.
Yes.
He was right.
He said, don't be discouraged from public office. It's a great calling. And he said, and for any mistakes that we made and all everything that's happened, not one person in this administration gained financially from anything, from being here, left richer than when they got here. He made it first, so he defended everybody that was there. And then he just starts reflecting. He reads from Teddy Roosevelt's autobiography, from his diary, when Teddy's wife and mother died at the same night. They both died of cholera or whatever on the same night. He was going from one room to the other.
Oh, yeah.
And they both died. And he was like at 21 or something. And he wrote this quote that was like, the light has gone out and it'll be darkness forever. And he said, he read it to his staff and he said, that's how he felt, having lost his wife and his mom. And he went on and had this incredible life. So he's trying to say, don't. So he says, no, don't be discouraged. Never be petty. Don't hate your enemies, because that's when you'd start to destroy yourself. He gets it really introspective about everything that happened without talking about it. And then he says, it's horrible. He goes, he says, they'll never write a book about my mother, but she was a saint.
Oh, man.
And I think of her, like one of his brothers had tuberculosis and they had no money. So she moved to Arizona where the air was better. Mm. And she was a nurse, wet nurse. She nursed other people's babies for money in order that her son could live in Arizona. And he talks about his father, who was a lemon farmer, who had a failing lemon farm. And then he was a switchman on a streetcar. And he just talks about his parents and what they did for him and all that shit. He just cries. Oh, it's fucking beautiful, but it shows you a man at the height of American experience, destroyed from that height, which is the worst thing that can happen to a person, is to get that high and fall. And he just went, here's how this feels. He just told the world, this is how this feels. This is what this looks like. Yeah. And here's all I can say. And then he went and then he left. Incredible. I mean, he was one of the most influential people in American history.
Yeah. He ended Vietnam, right?
Yes.
That was already about done.
He was fucking Eisenhower's vice president.
There's a guy we know that's a bit of a conspiracy guy, but he's been pretty correct on everything so far, and he's got a book coming out on Watergate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And about how that was a little darker than it seemed.
Like so I knew a guy back when I was first living in the city as a comedian. There was a guy named Frank Gannon who had Frank Gannon wrote speeches for Nixon and was a very close friend of his. And weirdly, he became the guy who books the comedians on Letterman. And when I moved to New York back in 1990 or so, being on Letterman was all anybody wanted. So Gannon was the most important person in comedy at the time. And he was a strange guy who was very serious. And he would just come and he'd watch you. And if he liked you, he'd get Morty to come and maybe you'd be on the show. So he liked me. He never got me on the show, but he liked me. So I went to Letterman's office and met him. And I asked him about Nixon because he wrote, Nixon has one big biography called RN that Gannon co-wrote. And he told me that when you get a few drinks in Nixon, he says the same people that got the Kennedys got me. It's the same people that got. Yeah, he said it's the same machine.
Whoa.
That took out.
Yeah,
John and Robert
Kennedy
came after him. He said they just couldn't use bullets anymore because it was getting too. They were on
exactly what we said.
Yeah.
We said that without him.
Watergate was. He said Watergate was something that happened all the time. It was just like, and still does. I mean, it's not like oh my goodness. It's how things are done.
Yeah.
It's a safe with $1 million in it. What president doesn't have a safe with $1 million?
Yeah.
It was.
So that's Nixon's story. That was Nixon's story. He didn't say it in public, because the same as he conceded the presidency to Kennedy, which Kennedy stole. I mean, everyone knows that his father took suitcases of money to delegations and stole the presidency, and Nixon knew it, and he was like, "I'm not gonna. That's not good for the country to get into it." That's why he resigned instead of standing trial, and that's why he doesn't talk about that's the story, you know.
Yeah. That's
wild,
a good most interesting president.
Most interesting, I think, to me. Yeah, I mean, Johnson was also a fascinating guy.
Yeah.
Johnson was, and Reagan was kind of an empty-headed genius, incredible, knows how to just be. As long as somebody else is in the room, Reagan was brilliant. But I'm not sure he had any thoughts. You know what I mean? There's people like that.
Yeah, he was like an actor that was like, I guess I'll be a Republican while he was there. And then... Which was pretty admirable at the time, because he was actually no, it wasn't, because that was in the middle of the Red Scare. He was like one of the guys being like, "You're a communist," and he just became the man.
My favorite film of Reagan is Larry King interviewing him after he was shot, and saying, "So what do you feel about this guy?" And he said, "Well, I just pray for him. He's sick man. He's just, I found out later that he's sick. He's mentally ill. So we add him to our prayers. And we hope for the best for him. And he says it with this big
oh
yeah, he's like, we're fucking that guy up.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope he's doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Yeah.
I think that should be it, right?
Yeah, I
think
think
so.
that's
That
about
was
enough.
You had fun.
Yeah, it was good. Why do you accusing me of having fun? Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks for doing it, man.
Sure. Thanks for asking. It's
Thank
fun.
Goodbye.
Wow.
Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, we're not gonna do ads on the next one. We gotta do ads on this.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Can't do ads on the next one.
No, dude.
In the middle of that, you can't drop an ad.
No.
So, Man Shane's Secret Podcast is brought to you by Hawthorne. I bet you think it really stinks in here, and it did. But now we've got Hawthorne. What the fuck? What?
Why are they saying we stink?
Why did they say? And it did. But now we've got Hawthorne to make us look good, feel good, and smell good. Hawthorne makes it quick and easy to be your best with skincare and hair care made just for you. I don't know what I need to. I didn't know what I needed, so I took their fucking quiz. It's super easy, and after answering questions like how much do I sweat and how dry is my skin, they made me a custom box of products.
Oh yeah.
Boys.
Yeah, the quiz. We took the quiz.
How'd the cream make you feel? How'd this cologne smell?
I'll tell you what.
Hawthorne in this email said, Boys,
Boys.
how'd the cream make you feel?
No, you don't want to know. I can't talk. That's
How'd that
triple X, dude. I can't talk about
I'll tell you how the cream felt. Made me jizz all over myself. Then I had to shower.
I'll tell you what. I used to like Manscaped when I remember reading Manscaped's ad, and I was like, I love Manscaped. Stuff sucks. I like Hawthorne, dude.
Hey,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I like Manscaped.
Hawthorne's the best, dude.
I've been using. I
dude.
was just about to start endorsing
Oh yeah, true.
Hawthorne.
Dude, Hawthorne's
Let me tell you something, you motherfucker. Hawthorne stands by their customers, so if you're not completely satisfied, they'll retailer your products for free based on your feedback and pay for the shipping. So there's truly no risk at all.
That's the Hawthorne way.
Normally, when you're buying cream and cologne, there's a pretty high risk.
Oh yeah.
Right now, there's no risk.
Not at all. Dude.
All right.
Not at all, dude. Look
So
at my
make
face.
sure.
I've been using the face wash, dude. Look at that.
Really?
Clean, dude. Touch me.
I haven't even gotten
beg you.
that. I haven't
Touch
even
me.
received my sample.
Somebody touch me, I beg you.
So make. I'll rub you.
It's good.
So
I haven't do their cologne. Maybe we should put on a lot of their cologne before we go to our other
to our friend's house.
Spray ourselves.
So make sure you're ready for anything or anyone that comes your way by taking Hawthorne's quiz today. So make sure you're ready to fucking, if you're in Walmart, make sure you're ready for anybody.
True.
Go to hawthorne.co and use promo code DRENCHED to get 10% off your first purchase. That's Hawthorne, HAWTHORNE.co, promo code DRENCHED. Hawthorne.co, promo code DRENCHED.
Yeah, you want to smell good and it's good. You get them smell goods going on.
You got this one?
Lucy.
Yes.
Guys, just give me some rap about Lucy. Like, you know the favorite flavors.
I love it. Mango's my shit because although I'm addicted to it, I'm still a fucking fruity guy. I'm still a bit of a fruit man.
Yeah, you want to enjoy it.
You got to be healthy when you're doing it.
For sure.
That's how I get my fruits.
Yeah, so you guys know the deal. If you're addicted to nicotine.
That's a funny joke.
If you're addicted to nicotine, go to Lucy,
I know
guys.
that doesn't work.
Lucy's
Sorry.
safe. It's the chemical. They isolate the chemical nicotine and make it taste yummy.
They make it taste good. So not only are the chemical itself is addicting, they give it a good taste.
Exactly.
To make it even more fucking enjoyable.
Exactly. That's all we can do now is just enjoy ourselves, guys.
Yeah.
So, guys, check out the full line of products at lucy.co and use the promo code DRENCHED at checkout. That's lucy.co, and be sure to use that promo code DRENCHED. And if you're a listener from Canada, Lucy is now available at ca.lucy.co. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, but also that's why you like it.
That's why you like it, and that's why
you
it's
like
fun.
it. And probably the baby was probably on nicotine when he had that quick reaction time to get that
True.
guy. He probably had some
You ever
chaw.
play Red Dead?
Yeah.
You can take tobacco to...
Can you really?
You can take Lucy to fucking...
The Golden Eye.
Yeah, there's a lot of... yeah.
So, guys, I'm going to be on my fucking dumb tour.
Ooh.
Forever. I'm going to be on the road forever.
Here I go again.
So, April 28th to 30th, that's this weekend. I'll be in Indianapolis. Tickets are going fast. There's some tickets left, I think. May 6th, I'll be in Manchester, England. May 8th, Leeds, England. May 9th, Glasgow, Scotland. May 12th, Dublin. 13th, London. 13th, London. So this has been a big confusion for a lot of people. The first show is at Leicester Square. I believe it's sold out. The second one is at O2 Shepherd's Bush Empire. Don't worry about what fucking time it says on the tickets or whatever. Just get there at night and wait. I think that's the first like real theater I've ever headlined.
Really?
London. So
In
yeah,
London,
please come to that. Because if that doesn't sell out, I'm gonna feel like a fucking doofus.
You got to get Jason Statham out too.
Oh, I will.
Get Statham out, dude.
Say, yo, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Yo. June 3rd through 5th, Philly. Already sold out, not a big deal. June 6th through 11th, Brea, California, whatever. St. Louis, Austin, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, San Francisco, Brisbane, Australia, Sydney, Australia, Adelaide, Australia, Perth, Melbourne. Let's go.
Ooh, my goodness. And
then
what?
And then I'm dead.
Yeah, true.
After that whole tour, then I will be dead.
Mummify your remains, dude. Place you in the fucking hallway at Helium just as a mummy. Be tight. Dude, Bananas Comedy Club. That's the big one. That's the end. That's the absolute end of my just wicked run, dude. One show a month for 4 months.
Where are you going?
Bananas. Rutherford.
How is this not? It's sold out.
I don't know. I'm bringing Sid and Butterly, so it'll be nice. We're going to do stand-up.
Oh, shit.
At the end of it, we'll just do
you
a
can
little...
do a bit of a live Stoner Dad, but just never to be seen again. Live.
Little live, dude. A little at the end of the shows, we'll have a nice... Me and Sid have been having fun.
That's this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend. Bananas. Bananas Comedy Club, North Jersey. I mean, dude, New York, you have
It's not
no
sold
excuse.
out yet, so
No,
get
not
tickets.
At all. Not at all. I don't think it's close, but it'll be fun.
It's
gonna
a
be
new
fun.
room. That's why.
Yeah,
I thought it was the tiny room.
Is it the new room?
The other one used to be in. It's not the one by Dad.
It's not in the
Bing, the Bada Bing.
Really?
Now you're at it's somewhere else. Well, it's Rutherford,
Whatever. This will be
which
fun.
is right next to it.
It'll be fun. Dude, I've been having me and Sid the Kid have been having a good time.
Yeah.
So we'll get the Butterly man, dude. It'll be a good show. Gardini. We'll have the absolute SS himself, superstar
Oh,
SS Gardini.
the old SS officer,
SS
Sean
Gardini.
Gardini. I was disappointed no one yelled Adolf at Chris when he got on
Someone
stage.
did, I think.
Someone yelled.
Someone
All
hit
right.
him with a
I
sponge.
went outside to hear. Yes, he gets hit with a
Yeah.
sponge.
No,
still.
he got hit with turd, I think, actually.
Turd's one
Turd's
that's
the
that's
vintage.
tough.
That means
Yeah.
you're a
Me too.
super. That means you're
True,
an
yeah.
OG fan.
True.
Also, I would like to get Gus the Groundhog going for Nate Marshall.
Nice.
That's what I was thinking about. I'd like for him to be called Gus.
That'd be nice.
Gus the Groundhog. That's his rap name. What do you got?
The Drip at the Stand, Wednesday, May 4th at 7 p.m. That one's going to be fun. It's on my Instagram.
Nice.
And then the Doghouse at Sesh, Friday, May 13th. Friday the
That'll be
13th,
great.
very spooky.
That will be a spooky
Get on
time.
there.
Guys, we're about to go do something could change our lives forever.
True.
Thank
Whoa.
you for listening.
Adios.